lesson 1, your first piano lesson. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully you had a chance to watch the little intro video with a little bit about me. And we're going to start today by learning the basics of the piano, different keys, all of the natural keys. That's a term that you'll learn, natural keys. And I'm also going to show you what they look like when they're written on a staff. So I don't expect you to learn this all right away, but this is very important stuff. So I do recommend repeating it. Maybe if you have issues, if you can't really recall something, it's a good idea to watch this video a few times. All right, let's dive in. Okay, here we are at the piano. I know there's 88 keys and it can be a little bit overwhelming, but it shouldn't be. It's a nice instrument, it's forgiving. You can play quietly, you can play loudly, it won't hurt it. So here we are, sitting down pretty much at the center of the keyboard. Now you'll see that there are groups of black and white keys, right? You can kind of tell, like, here's a group of 3 black keys together, here's a group of 2, here's a group of 3, here's a group of 2. And to find middle C, when you're sitting at the center of your piano, this general area, you want to find the group of 2 black keys. Middle C is going to be this white key just to the left of it. Okay, this is middle C. You can see me playing from the side. Okay. Now there are actually C's all over this piano. Anytime you see those groups of 2 black keys together, the white key just to the left of that group of 2 is going to be a C. This group of 2 right here. C, 2, C. Now you don't have to touch the black keys to find the C, but just kind of give you a good visual. Those are all C's. Now they're called different octaves. What I just played when I kind of went really high, really low, it's called an octave when you go from one to the next. I have a wide hand, can reach pretty far. If you can't do this easily, don't worry about it. I just want you to get an idea for what an octave is. That's an octave. From here to here is also an octave. Same thing up and down the piano. Okay, so you've learned C, particularly middle C, very important. Now, there are going to be other keys that are important, obviously. So I'm just going to play along for you. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C again. Okay, now it's weird, I know we're not starting with A like the alphabet. It's just kind of a funky thing. If you were to play starting on A, it's going to be a minor key, something called a minor key. And you can usually tell what a minor key sounds like. It's a little bit almost sad or dreary, just kind of a mood that you can get with a minor key. So I don't know if you remember when I was playing C, D, E, F, G, A, that's an A. So I'm actually going to start on this low A down here, below middle C. Here's what it sounds like if I play from A to A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And here it's kind of a sad sound. That's the first minor key. So what I really want is just for you guys to see what the different notes are. What I did when I was first learning how to play the piano actually was I put stickers down just to help me memorize. So it won't hurt you if you want to do this too. I recommend it just to help you memorize what you're looking at. And then you can take the stickers off after a certain amount of time. But I would just put C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. If you want to go a little further, you could do C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Another little way of remembering, if you don't want to have have to do the alphabet every time you're looking for a note. So remember we found the C by going to the left of the 2 black notes together? Well, when we have a group of 3 black notes together, the one to the left of that is F. Okay. So we have C and we have F. I really recommend trying to memorize those 2 this week, okay? That way, you know, before F you have E, after F you have G. Same with knowing where C is. After C you have D, before C you have B. Hopefully that kind of helps you have placement for where these different notes are. Okay, but don't feel bad if you want to do stickers. So C is a major key. If you play from C to C, it's going to be a major scale. And to play a major scale, it's recommended, if you're starting with a white key, you can start with your thumb. Okay. And what you're going to do is play 3 notes and then cross your thumb underneath and then play the rest. And it also kind of helps you memorize where F is because you're changing your thumb to start there too. So you're making these important notes, okay? So we'll play C, D, E, cross under, F, G, A, B, C. And you can also do that backwards. Coming down, go C, B, A, G, F, and then cross your 3rd finger over, doing the opposite. So this is what C major scale will sound like with your right hand. And then if you play backwards, let's take a look at my fingers again. Okay. Now at this point, we're going to take a look at what those look like on piano music so that you can start to associate the notes with the music. But I'm also going to give you a preview with your left hand. So we are going to start with the C, an octave lower than middle C. So here's middle C, right? Octave lower is this C. When you're playing the C major scale with your left hand, instead of starting with your thumb, you're going to start with your pinky. And this time, you're just going to cross over your thumb once you get to it. You cross over with your 3rd finger. So here's what a C major scale would sound like with your left hand. Okay, now, it's important to know that if you're playing a scale up and down, you should do it one of 2 ways. So I'd recommend either repeating the top note before you play it backwards or just quickly coming back down. I was kind of emphasizing this note, so I want you to hear what it would normally sound like. Or you could play it like this. So we've already learned C major scale. Now, hopefully it's not confusing to you that you're crossing over your left hand on G instead of F. It's just kind of how the hands work out. And then with your right hand. Now, if you get really comfortable playing that, you can do both hands at the same time. Okay, everyone, you just learned how to play your first major scale, and that is awesome. It's It's a huge deal. I'm going to create lessons later that show you music theory once we've gotten to the point where you can kind of read music a little bit better. Musical theory will explain how many steps there are between the different notes that you're playing to make it a major scale versus when you're playing the minor scale. I will also go into depth as to the different number of spaces in between notes that you're playing when you make a minor scale and why it sounds so different than that major scale that you played. So since you've got C major down, you can practice that this week. Another thing I would recommend, aside from trying to memorize the different notes, is playing a minor scale. Since it's all the same white keys from A to A, instead of starting with C, you start with A. And I'm just going to show you what that looks like in each hand so you can practice that. You can have your sad sounding scale, you can have your happy sounding scale. All right, I'll show you A minor now. All right, everyone, here we are back at middle C. And we're going to play A minor. So if you want to find A, if you're good at the alphabet, hopefully you are, here's C, you go C, B, A, there's A. Also, if you remember how to find F, just to the left of this set of 3, A is halfway between F and C. That's A. So when you're playing your A minor scale, just going to be these white keys all in a row and then coming back down. So you'll be playing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and then you come back G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Okay, so the notes only go A through G and then start over, if that helps at all. Now, when I mentioned before when you were playing the C major scale that you cross under while you're playing. So something you should know about music, written music, is what your hand is, what the numbers are for your hand. So your thumb is going to be number 1, okay? Not your index finger. Index finger is 2, and then we have 3, 4, 5. So when you started playing before, you were playing 1, 2, 3, crossing under 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can do the same thing with A. You're going to play 1, 2, 3, and then when you've gotten to C, you cross under 1 on D. 2, 3, 4, 5, that's A. And you come back down, 4, 3, 2, 1, cross over, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so here's what A minor sounds like. And that was pretty quick, so I definitely recommend playing it slower. Maybe saying the names along while you play. E, F, G, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Okay? We're going to do the same thing with the left hand. So here we go, an octave lower. Here's that C that's lower. And here's that F that's lower. Here we have A right in the middle. Okay, and just like when we played C major with the left hand, I'm going to start with my pinky on A. Okay, see how I just kind of moved it up to start there? And I've got all my fingers ready to go. So I'm going to play 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and cross over 3, 2, 1. And then when I play backwards, it's a little harder. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job. Okay, now I know it's going to take a while, so I know that this will be something you'll have to practice, but once you get to the point where you want to put both of those together, you might notice something that maybe you noticed when you were playing C major. Basically what's happening with your fingers is you're kind of playing opposites. So here, I'll show you what I mean. when you're coming down from A minor, you're playing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. And when you're going up A minor, you're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Do you see what I mean there? So when you're going the same direction, your fingers are going to be all different. But basically, what's happening is because your hands are mirror images of each other, that's why when you're going up in this hand, it's the same as when you're coming down with that hand. Maybe that doesn't make sense, but it might be something you'll notice. So here, I'll just show you. It's going to sound terrible, but you'll see how the fingers are mirror images. How'd you do? I know it was a lot of information. Most important, I want you to try it and memorize the different notes. If anything else, try to memorize where C is, try to memorize where F is, because you have those little black keys to help you point you in the right direction. If you can't do more than 5, I would play C, D, E, F, G. Just keep doing that. C, D, E, F, G. And then once you feel comfortable with that, play it backwards. G, F, E, D, C. Get comfortable with your right hand first, especially if you're right-handed. Move to your left hand, starting with your pinky. C, D, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C. Okay, and then just keep doing that so that you start becoming fluent in what the piano looks like, and you just know where C is, and you just know where F is, and you don't have to play anything in between. You just know where D is. You really want to become fluent in this new language. So what I'm going to do is, instead of throwing all the notes at you, the visual notes on piano music, we're going to save that for next time, so it's not too daunting. But you're doing great. You've learned a major scale, you learned a minor scale. You can impress your friends. You can play 2 hands together, you can play them separately. Just keep practicing. Come back next week, and we will go over the notes. All right? Great job, everybody.